Opening the regular meeting of the Spotswood Borough Council. The notice requirements provided in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given in the new schedule of meetings of the Spotswood Borough Council on December 27, 2017. The new schedule was transmitted to the Home News Tribune and Sentinel. It was filed with the clerk of the Borough of Spotswood and posted in the municipal building located at 77 Summerhill Road, Spotswood. You know, it was interesting. I didn't see the Billboard Music Awards, but Kelly Clarkson opened, and she was supposed to do a moment of silence for those school children that were murdered in their high school again in Texas, the 10 that were murdered. So what she did was a call to action, and she said, enough is enough. This is time, not for silence, but to speak up and make your thoughts known to your legislators and anyone who has influence on the law, whether it's at the local level, the county, the state, or the nation. So I would encourage a moment of action, opening our regular public meeting right now. And we'll do a salute to the flag and a moment of silence in honor of those people that have been slaughtered by guns in this year alone. I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Councilman Stolen. Councilman Ritchie.
Here.
Councilman Melillo.
Here.
Councilman Rivera.
Here.
Council President Rhodes.
Here.
Mayor Sealy.
I just want to comment that Mayor Sealy and Councilman Kurt Stolen are at a public meeting discussing the development that's occurring in East Brunswick on our border. So they're attending that meeting right now.
Okay, we have some minutes. The minutes from March 19th, 2018, a public hearing of the junkyard.
Make a motion, we move those minutes?
Second.
Councilman Ritchie.
Yes.
Councilman Melillo.
Yes.
Councilman Rivera.
Yes.
Council President Rhodes.
Yes.
Minutes of March 19, 2018, the caucus minutes.
Make a motion to move them.
Second?
Councilman Ritchie.
Yes.
Councilman Melillo.
Yes.
Councilman Rivera.
Yes.
Council President Rhodes.
Yes.
Minutes from March 19, 2018, regular meeting.
Motion to move them?
Second.
Councilman Ritchie.
Yes.
Councilman Melillo.
Yes.
Councilman Rivera.
Yes.
Council President Rhodes.
Yes.
Minutes from April 9, 2018, the caucus.
Make a motion to move it.
Second?
Councilman Ritchie.
Yes.
Councilman Melillo.
Yes.
Councilman Rivera.
Yes.
Council President Rhodes.
I'll have to abstain as I did not attend that meeting.
Okay, we have the minutes from April 9, 2018, the regular meeting.
Motion to move them?
Second.
Councilman Ritchie.
Yes.
Councilman Melillo.
Yes.
Councilman Rivera.
Yes.
Council President Rhodes.
Abstain as I did not attend.
2, 3, 4, 5. That was the regular meeting, okay. December 18, 2017, we had the public hearing for the mobile homes.
Make a motion to move it.
Second? Move the minutes?
Councilman Ritchie.
Yes.
Councilman Melillo.
Yes.
Councilman Rivera.
Yes.
Council President Rhodes.
Yes.
Okay, we have resolutions under the consent agenda. Council President and council members, I'll take a motion to accept the resolutions on the consent agenda, resolutions 2018-86 through 2018-90.
Make a motion, we move 2018-86 through 90.
Second it.
Councilman Ritchie.
Yes.
Councilman Melillo.
Yes.
Councilman Rivera.
Yes.
Council President Rhodes.
Yes. We have on here discussion about the intersection of Old Stage Road and Summerhill Road. We have hired a conflict planner, as Cheryl had asked a question about that, so we will have our professionals attending the meeting. We just heard from someone on the dais that the meeting of the planning board, I believe, is going to be June 7th, starting at 8 o'clock at Memorial School in East Brunswick, if you're planning to attend.
I thought it was in the East Brunswick Municipal Court.
They moved it to a larger
Oh, they
venue.
moved it? Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
yeah. But look at savefrost.com. I'm sure they're going to have the latest updates on there. And you saw all the signs that have been out already. So the grassroots campaign has really been pretty effective, I think, because I saw some article with the mayor being quoted that he was not so much in favor of what was going on. So we'll see what happens. Anything from the dais about the intersection? Do you want to add anything?
Well, I can say something about it. It's going to be a havoc. That's what it's going to be. It's a havoc. It's crazy. I'll use my language. Is it okay, Madam?
No, you have to be very civil. You
My civil
cannot,
fight?
you cannot
I'm not
curse.
using no foul play.
Oh, okay, no
No foul
foul.
talk.
Okay,
I'm in public.
okay,
I'm at a meeting. I can't do that.
okay.
No. Come on.
Oh, good.
Be nice. It's going to be a havoc there. You know? Who can understand that? Anybody. 7-Eleven,
We're just
Rite Aid.
discussing it.
The area is crazy. You know, it's a bad area. Old Stage, Summit Hill Road, coming up from Main Street to Manalapan Road, the Bow Avenue. Come on, where are you going here? It's going to be a havoc, and I mean a havoc of all. That's going to be the worst intersection in the area. Destroyed. It's going to destroy this town. And a lot of them people, you got to say, well, they all live in spots. I don't know about that. Who lives in New Brunswick? Who lives in East Brunswick? Who lives in all over? You got the South River. They're going the other way. You're going towards Monroe. You got that area. It's going to be crazy. It's just a crazy. It's all about money. It's all about money. It's all it is. It's all about money, and that's what it's all about.
All right,
Am I
thank you.
done now, Madam? Am I done?
Well, you know what, Kurt's here from the meeting,
Yeah, I
so
see him. I see him.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, but am I done now?
it's up to you.
Can I
Are
say a
you?
few more words if I have to?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, we're going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. So, you want to push me out the door? I don't like that. Don't do that to me. So I want to speak my voice. I want them to know me out there.
Okay.
Really, I respect Stalin, of course. He could talk. Anybody could talk. Everybody does. But let's say it this way. It's going to be a havoc over there. If something could be done about it, I hope we can. Because it's going to be a disgrace. That ShopRite is going to be booming at 3, 4 in the morning. Because I'll be going over to the shop. What are you going to do? That's what you're going to have to do. You see what I'm talking about? Now I'm done.
Okay.
I'll finish.
Thank you, John, for your words of wisdom. Go ahead, Kurt. Do you want to give an update?
Yes, well, it's difficult to get over here with all the traffic. It's currently backed up from the post office to DeVoe. But we have a room full of people over at St. Peter's Community Hall. Former Mayor Barlow is there, and he's giving everyone a Cliff Notes version of land use law and what can be done and what can't be done. A key part of it is going to be the borough funding the attorney to represent us and to have a traffic study that we can use to contest what they want to do. So that's the points he's making currently. I did have one question. Dawn, did you have any luck yet with a traffic expert?
No, the fourth traffic consultant that I contacted today also has a conflict.
So I was asking Mayor Barlow, and I guess I can ask our attorney, one of the traffic experts is representing Schweitzer's, I guess, in a land use application here. Would that necessarily prevent or cause a conflict for him to represent us in East Brunswick?
I wouldn't think so. Would you, Bruce?
No, as long as he's not in conflict with anything in East Brunswick, that's all.
That same consultant is representing East Brunswick's redevelopment agency.
Oh, well, then that's out the
Oh, that
window.
takes care of that. Okay. That's about all I
I do have a
have.
fifth one that I'm waiting for an answer from, whether he can handle it. I was hoping to have a proposal before you this evening so that you could authorize it. What I'd like to know is from council is if this next consultant does not have a conflict, if I have your authorization to proceed in between council meetings.
I see no problem with that, depending on the cost, Dawn. What's the cost? And do we have the money?
Don't know yet.
Do we have a range? Bruce, do you know what a range for a traffic study might be?
No, because I haven't, and I have to stand back from this one, so, but I've tried giving some names of people. I said to Dawn, talk to Peter, our planner, the head of planning, and maybe somebody from Monmouth County could come up.
Yeah. I can't see it costing more than the planner. And the planner, we set a not to exceed of 7,000.
Okay.
Because I don't think they're going to do counts. I think they're going to analyze the report and see if they find anything in it that perhaps is not in order.
So they would just analyze it, they wouldn't do a new one?
I don't want to speak for them, but I think that would be the initial step. And then if it required more readings or something to actually, challenge it even further, then there might be more. But I'm thinking that would be the first step, is definitely to review what was submitted and see if it seems to be in order.
I found it interesting that, and we were talking before the meeting, that their traffic study is done on a Wednesday, where, a Monday or a Friday might have been an entirely different prospect, but they could have monitored all that time and picked the best one for that applicant.
Yeah, you never know.
You never
Could be
know.
a holiday, you just
Yes.
never know.
Yeah,
why
that's true.
Somebody looks it over to see. And East Brunswick should be having that done as well.
That's
hope.
true. Okay, thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Kurt, for attending on the behalf
Well,
of the
it's still
council.
going on, but yeah, I just want to
Yeah.
get an idea of, it's about 2/3 East Brunswick residents to 1/3 Spotswood. So they are motivated, and they will probably be able to make the biggest difference with the additional information we're able to provide and help them with, so.
Good, very good.
The
So,
disaster waiting to happen over there.
So,
yeah, I
Dawn,
think
you
we're
needed
all in
some kind of
agreement on
resolution?
that.
I mean,
So
what's
I just
really,
need a verbal
Dawn, I
consent to
think it's
proceed.
fine to go ahead and proceed with that range.
what we really see from this and from what Tom Barlow was explaining, I mean, really, the entire state is being strong-armed by these COA regulations. We all want residential communities, and we do want affordable housing as well. But what they're doing is creating a much denser occupancy than we would normally want in our residential areas.
Well, new land is not being created,
Can I
right?
say something?
Land is land.
Can I say something?
Let me just finish, John.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they're going to make the most out of the land that they do own at this point, and that's what's happened here, from that insurance company, the defunct business. They have 10 acres to use to make some profit, and you can't blame them for doing that, but we certainly can have input into how that development shapes up so that it doesn't have too much of a detrimental effect on our quality of life for our residents. John, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say something, maybe you can correct me too, anybody here. You borrow money from federal or the state, you better use that money. They want you to use it for federal affordable housing. You're going to have to use it, and they're going to make sure you use it. Am I wrong? I don't know. If you borrow money from the state or federal government, you better use that money for affordable housing, because they'll force you, and you ain't going to get another penny, and you'll never get no more. Got to use that money. I think Monroe's going through that trouble for a long time. They're stirring around over there with that stuff. Affordable housing.
I think any grant that you get or any kind of funding, you should make sure you use it
They
for
don't
what
want
it's,
nothing either. That's the way it is.
for what it's intended for,
I
right?
think most of these commercial developments like this, though, use private funding.
Well, yeah, you could be, yeah. I mean, we don't know.
Something like that's privately
We
funded.
don't know, though. You don't know. You don't know. That's the thing.
All right. Any and all reports from liaisons and department heads. Jose, I'm going to start with you. Anything
Nothing.
new to report? No? Ted?
Nothing.
I actually, go ahead.
Something.
Go ahead, John.
It pertains to, okay, we got, which I didn't bring it up last time because I don't want to say any further. April 26th at the high school, Spotswood High School, the senior center hosted a Copa night. Food was great. It was a dinner, and the entertainer, he was great.
Yeah.
Julian, really, really good. Good music. DJ was real good. And that, I gotta say that. On May 3rd, Schweitzer's, the officials over there, there was a ceremonies down on East Brunswick Park there. It was great. It was very good. And it was a dedication. And they might as well cut it short. I'm going to say they donated the park to Spotswood. If anybody knows where that park is, right across the street from Schweitzer's, over the railroad tracks, right down there. It's a nice little park, clean. It's got swings in there. It's got rainbow ladders. It's got basketball court. It's really nice. It's got a picnic table, really good. For the kids and grown-ups too. May 14th, down at the senior center, the fire and the police and the EMS, and my colleague Jose was there behind the counter. He was giving out the stuff, food, and it was hosted by the emergency physicians. It was a hell of a breakfast. It was real nice. Very good. And there's one more thing I got to say here. Where is it? Just to let you know, ShopRite is not going to be soon giving out yellow bags. They're going to stop it. You have to bring your own bags there. It's going to come out soon, very shortly. ShopRite. They're not going to give out bags no more. You'll know about it. I hope there's a warning. That I found out 2 days ago. So, bags, bring your bags. That's what it's about. That there is going to be guaranteed that. And I'm going to say this. The Board of Ed is June the 12th, 7 o'clock, usual library at the high school. And the library on Main Street, they're having their meeting on June the 21st at 7 o'clock. Both of them are 7 o'clocks. 12th and 21. So that's what I got. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Kurt?
During our caucus, did we discuss Brunswick Avenue width yet? We didn't talk to Bruce.
The engineer talked about the topographical survey, but we didn't have a discussion on
I
it.
wanted to talk to him about that before then. We didn't see him since then. The only other thing I have is I went to the spring concert at the high school, and I have to say, we hear about a lot of terrible things happening in our schools. If you want your faith restored in the youth, you go over and see something like that, and the kids, the talent, the dedication that they had, the music that they produced, the skill that they did it with. And then also they had the art exhibition at the same time. It was a wonderful thing to attend. Really enjoyed it.
Good, good.
Let me get something, one more thing here.
Sure.
At that, May 3rd, at the East Park there, that park over there on Main Street, across the street from Schweitzer's. The mayor was there, and also the BA, Norm McDonald, was there, and myself. I didn't forget you.
Okay.
They were there. No, I don't want to leave you out because it's not right. It's not right. I went over that.
John.
I went over that.
And it's nice to acknowledge the people that on their free time go and attend these events,
Well, I have the
because I'm
time
going
to
to
do it. I
tell
have the
you,
time because I don't work. These
Yeah.
clothes, they work, you know?
Mayor Sealy, I know, had office hours, I think it was last week. We had talked about something, and he had said, oh, they'll have office hours. So I just think it's great when those kinds of events happen, that one of us or some of us are at those events. I just want to talk a little bit about the plastic bags. So if you go to Costco and Sam's, you have to bring usually your own, or you get the cardboard boxes and take the stuff out. So it's a nice move if they're going to go to recycling, to try and stay away from plastic. They just found a plastic bag down in 36,000 feet in the ocean. A plastic bag was sitting on the bottom of the ocean. I saw that in the news last week, and I thought, how terrible is that, right? One of the most pristine places on earth, and they found a plastic bag sitting there with garbage at the bottom. So recycling, let's encourage that, right? Ted, do you want to talk about the Memorial Day Parade, right?
Yep. Monday the 28th, 2 o'clock, our parade's going to kick off at Schweitzer's. It's going to come down Main Street to DeVoe and then to the American Legion Post. No rain date, so it's rain or shine. There'll be refreshments for everyone at the post afterwards. The schedule of events pertaining to Spotswood itself, 8 o'clock will be at the Reformed Church Cemetery in Spotswood, 8:15 St. Peter's Cemetery in Spotswood. 8:30 they'll take a breakfast break. 9:30 they're going to be at the EMS Memorial. 9:45 the Firemen's Memorial. 10 a.m. the Police Memorial. And then 10:15 the Veterans Walkway. So hopefully everybody comes out and we have a good day for it.
I'll tell you, the breakfast is awesome at the Legion. That's halfway through all the travels, and you don't have to drive. They take you on the bus, and it's just a wonderful thing to kickstart the Memorial Day so that you recognize the sacrifices that many have made to keep us free. So I recommend it to everybody. And a lot of us on the dais go to it. The other thing I wanted to talk about, Kurt, you had mentioned the children. I went to the latest Board of Ed meeting because they were honoring the activities of 4th and 5th graders who got a grant from the Spotswood Education Foundation, which all of you have supported in the past and the present. And the kids presented about the project that they did, and it was heartwarming. It was a wonderful project concerning science and technology and bits of pieces that they put together to make machines, and it does restore your faith in humanity when you see what's growing up in our schools and what's being taught. So thank you, everybody, for supporting the Spotswood Education Foundation. Any other comments from the oh, Dawn, go
I have a few
ahead.
things.
Sure.
I just want to share a note written by a resident about our Public Works Department. It's rare that we get actual handwritten compliments, so it's really nice to share when we do get them. It says, just a short note to compliment the exceptional job performance of the young men who collect my trash. They take pride in their job. They pick up any trash that is dropped. They are respectful of our neighborhood. They place the empty cans and the lids back at the curb. They are courteous and knowledgeable, exchange pleasantries such as good morning, and always answer my questions. They exemplify exceptional character, and Spotswood should be proud to employ these young men. Sincerely, Ms. Janice Fischetti. P.S. Cleanest yellow-white gloves I have ever seen.
Wonderful. Thank
This is
you.
especially nice because, well, this speaks to the clean gloves. All of the gentlemen on the back of the truck are brand-new employees, and they're very young. We just had a turnover in that department. So this really speaks volumes that the new people are presenting themselves in this manner.
Very nice to hear. Thank you for
Very nice.
sharing.
It's nice to see it recognized.
Yes.
Yeah.
Couple other short things. I want to welcome Robert Bacino. He's our newest police officer. He was just hired, started yesterday. He was a part-time dispatcher for us for a year and was on the wait list from our last hiring. So he was able to start right away. We're
Wonderful.
conducting interviews to hire 2 more in the upcoming weeks. I also attended a Middlesex County Leadership Forum last week. All the mayors and business administrators from the county, as well as the freeholders, were also there. Couple important things that they noted. They have a services locator app on their website where you can plug in, ask questions of what you're looking for, and it'll direct you to services. They also have something called Skill Up Middlesex, which provides free staff training and training to any residents of Middlesex County looking to better their careers or job-seeking skills. There's over 4,500 courses, and they're all available on the website, which is www.middlesexcountynj.gov. And then last but not least, I just want to express kudos to our Alliance people. The grant that is on the agenda for the resolution, that's on top of their normal $8,829.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Nice to know.
This is an additional $7,500, and it's going specifically towards DARE in the schools next year.
Great.
So kudos to
Yeah, tell
Danielle
Dawn.
Shakalo, who's the chair, and Dawn Crandall, who's the coordinator.
Very nice.
That's it.
Yeah, good. Any other comments from the dais? Motion to open to the public?
Make a motion, we open the public portion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. This is the time to come on up and speak to any issue that you have. Fighting to come up.
Line up. Mr. Smith, isn't it? Yeah.
Edward Smith, 395 Old Stage Road, Spotswood. I'd like to direct a question to Dawn, if I could.
Sure.
Okay, when these two new police people, because they could be men or women, get placed on the force, what would that bring our police force up to?
It will bring us up to 25, including the chief.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to say there's a typing error on the agenda.
Cheryl,
It's,
just say your address again for the record.
Cheryl Bass, 289 Main Street.
Thank you.
Yes, okay. On the agenda, it says our next meeting is Monday, June 6th.
Yes,
It's Wednesday.
Yes.
It's Wednesday. And the voting ballots are for Tuesday, June 5th. That's why
That's why we
leave-
have the meeting on Wednesday. Yeah.
A sample ballot is on the table, and my complaint is, I was over at the Board of Elections. You can pick up voter registration forms, not only in English and Spanish, but in Korean, Hindi, two other Indian dialects, Chinese, and if they're citizens, it says, are you a citizen? If they're citizens, they should be able to read English. They should be able to speak English. I from what I remember from school, you have to speak English to become a citizen. And because it's on the voter registration form, who checks that they're a citizen? If they check off, I'm a citizen, who checks to make sure that they are a citizen, that the information they are giving is correct?
That's a great question for the election board, I think. Unless, Pat, you happen to know the answer?
Well, I would assume that it would be the election board and the county clerk. They do research on all these registration forms that they get. We don't here have anything to do with that.
Because now the governor wants you to go to the driver license place, press the button, and register to vote. Who's checking?
Well, it
Yeah.
has-
That motor voter law's been out for years.
But
That was the nickname of a motor voter law. That's always-
yeah.
It's been out there for a lot of years. What he's trying to do now is give people who are not citizens a license using less than the 6 points that we all have to provide.
Thank you.
And then they're going to be on the roadway. I mean, this is overdoing it. So I'll inquire.
They're going to be on the roadway anyway, whether they get that license or not. They're still going to be there. Don't fool yourself and think that they won't be on the road. They'll be there. Some of them may get one of these half licenses, whatever you want to call it. We all have to provide 6 points of proof.
Right.
They won't have to.
Yeah. Yeah. I will ask the Board of Elections who checks to make sure that they are citizens, because it's ridiculous to have a voting ballot in foreign languages, And also with the construction project that they want, the housing project on Old Stage Road and Summer Hill Road. Last time I had spoken about Assemblyman Kenneth Zabrowski from New City, New York. The assemblyman had died in 2007. His son took over his assembly spot. That's how beloved he was. His main item was overdevelopment, that when you build in your town, you have to take into consideration how many people, how many children, the schools, the hospitals, the roadways, enough facilities and businesses to take care of that size population. How many cars will be out on the roadway? If most people are going to work and children are going to school, clogging the roadways in the morning and in the afternoon, how much can the roadways withstand? So his main thing was overdevelopment, and this has to be brought up with this project. This is overdeveloping this area, and we just cannot absorb that population. And also, there's a bus that comes from the Port Authority up Summerhill, going to work, going to Manhattan, coming back from Manhattan, and it goes down to Monroe, so Summerhill Road gets buses.
Yep.
I live at a condo. What I have found is that there are extra cars at certain times. People come and they park. It's a condo, you have parking spots, you drive right in, you take a parking spot, and you'll go across the street to ShopRite, you'll go across the street to 7-Eleven. People will park there to get the bus. They'll drive over, park their car, get the bus, and then at night when they come home from work and they get off the bus, they'll just walk over. Their car is parked right there because they're going to have parking spots, and then they'll go home from there.
You gotta, do you have a sign there that you have to, how does it go? You have to live there. You can't park from the street. Somebody goes in and just parks the car and they go to work or whatever they're doing. That's private property.
I have a tag that I put on the car that says I'm a resident at my condo. However, during the day, when most of the people go to work and they don't come home till late at night, the people will park the car, they'll go about their business, because there's a bus that does come by me also, and then they did what they wanted, the bus brought them back, they pick up the car and they go.
Yeah, but they gotta have a sign there. The car will be towed. This is what you gotta do. Once somebody ggets a car towed, the word gets around. Don't go there because they're gonna tow your car.
Okay. There's going to be a CVS, a bank. There's going to be parking spots there.
See, you gotta, we're trying to get some good and strong laws. And I don't want to bring up again what's going on in the country, our country, with the shootings. Something like this here, you can't, that's your spot. You live there. You want to park your car. When you come home, you want to have your spot right there. You want to park your car.
Right. Not all the time do I get my parking spot.
You have to do something with, get the landlord, somebody, they'll have to do something over there. Put a sign up, private property. They'll have to word it properly, and then you can't park there if you don't live there.
Yeah.
Your car will be towed. That's it.
Yeah.
And once you tow a car, then you'll see it'll stop.
Yeah, which, is just, another problem to deal with. But his wording, Assemblyman Kenneth Zabrowski, his wording was overdevelopment. You're putting too many people in the area, and the area cannot absorb that many people. Last time I had made a comment about Hillary as the senator, that she didn't take care to name the post office. It finally got named after Assemblyman Zabrowski. What she did take care of was Tim Russett Highway up in Buffalo, because he would always say the Buffalo Bills are on Sunday. If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press, and he would say, "Go Buffalo Bills."
Thank you, Cheryl. Anybody else?
Make a motion to close the public portion?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, go
Make a
ahead.
motion to adjourn?
Second.
Yeah, second, hold on a second, yeah.
All in
She wants to
favor?
get, what's she gonna?
Yeah,
She wants
next
to get up,
meeting.
She wants to get up.
We'll go right back.
Lila Antonesco, 294 Woods End Court.
Yeah, let us talk. What are you gonna do?
We had radios stolen. We were replacing radios at the cost of $78.59.
Radio.
We had,
What I want to know, do we have insurance that covers that?
Yes.
I see, all right.
There was money going into that account, and then we purchased the radios.
Did they ever find out who sold them?
No, they were stolen from a tow yard, not from borough premises. So there's subrogation on that.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Motion to close?
Second, close it.
All in favor?
Aye. Adjourn?
That's it.
motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
So next meeting is Wednesday,
Wednesday,
Yes.
the 7th.
June 7th at 7:30 PM. Thank you, everybody, for coming out.
June 6th.
June
June the
6th.
6th. June
All right,
6th, 7:30. It's on a Monday
Fake
night.
news.
Monday night. Bring
Fake
everything with you.
news.
Bring all your